Oh, you're home.
Yes, I am. Sorry to interrupt, but you know, couldn't help but notice you out here.
Oh, you're finally here.
Yeah, finally. Well, better late than never, right?
Yeah, would you like some?
Yes, I would. I can't help but notice that you got into one of the humidors, and well, Dree, your choice is good. Very good choice on your part.
Thanks. So how was SHOT Show?
Gear. I was going to say how's Gear Challenge? Yeah, Gear Challenge. Gear Challenge is great, of course, as you know. But SHOT Show was phenomenal as usual. Unfortunately, we had to cut it short, a little shorter than expected. But you know, what are you going to do?
I hope I get to go next time.
Well, you very well might. We might be able to do that.
You promise?
Promises. Well, I think promises. I'm not so good at promises.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so you're looking very comfortable there.
Oh, very. While you were out, you got some packages.
A couple of boxes showed up. Good, good. And it looks like you have not broken into them.
Not yet.
Okay, trustworthy too. That's always good.
Was waiting for you. They're
That's even better.
from WG Haslin.
I think we've been waiting on both of these. So now that I'm back, we might be able to, let's go ahead and open them up.
Okay. Let me just move over.
Mm.
Ooh, too many flowers.
That's okay.
I'm not going to show this to anybody else, are you?
What, the knife?
No.
The contents of the boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to share the contents of the boxes, of course.
If I could get into it.
Yeah, just do a quick draw cut. There you go.
There it goes.
And then you should be able to peel it back. Be careful with that commander there,
Oh, yeah.
sweetie. We don't want you to lacerate anything. Yeah. Good technique. Good technique.
It's like Christmas.
Like Christmas, wrestling with the box. Very well packed.
Oh, very. The driver's program.
Probably the programming for. Okay. Now, what does this say? This is a.
Created by Prometheus Lights and guaranteed for life.
Well, there you go.
Cool. Oh, wow.
Oh, very nice.
Definitely.
May I?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a look at this here. So this is the Prometheus light. It's a pass around.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a pass around that we're going to be doing. And let's see.
Battery.
Nice LED.
Yep.
Oh, there's a lot of stippling inside the
Even a little to-go bag.
little to-go bag. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to have to charge this up. It doesn't feel like it's got any batteries. Can you unscrew this end piece?
Yes. Put the battery in?
You know what? We may need to charge it.
Oh.
But, so there's a battery. Let's just go over the contents. So we've
Okay.
got a battery. We've got the light. Looks like there's a charger.
Yes.
Okay, just hold those up for me if you would. Very nice. And we've got an alternate tail end piece. Could be, oh no, this is the one you just took off.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So we've got the charger. And it looks like we also have a little oil for the O-rings. And then that's the charging device.
Yep.
Very good. And we've got a nice little carry bag.
Definitely.
And okay.
See the next one?
Okay, let's go ahead and just set that aside. Okay, Gear Challenge has the Prometheus Alpha flashlight that's in the, for us, a test in progress, or a TIP, generously sent to us for a pass around. This is a flashlight that's driven by an 18650 rechargeable battery. It's been resting for approximately 5 to 6 days, which of course would be, you know, the normal protocol of having a flashlight with you. You're not going to necessarily always bring the battery right out of the charger. I'm not sure what type of an LED this is.
It looks like they have some type of interesting diffuser kind of built into the bulb, though, like into the lamp lens.
Yeah, the reflector is definitely diffused, and I think that's called orange peel. The LED bulb itself nesting down in the very bottom, as can be relatively well seen here. The flashlight itself, don't have an exact weight, but it's nice and lightweight with the 18650 battery source. Of course, you need a certain length for that, and the belt clip, or the clip, is built in with it going underneath the tail cap itself. The tail cap button is a rubber component, and there is very nice fine lines on this. There's it's relatively grippy yet relatively smooth. Not a lot of snag pieces on this, and just by way of going through some of the cycling, I'll turn off the Defender there, and then you double tap for turbo. That's the preset lower setting, and then double tap for a brighter, what they call turbo mode. The tail cap unscrews relatively well, or relatively easily, and again, an 18650 rechargeable battery. This we did check this to see if two 123As would fit into the battery holder, and that was fine. It did accept two 123As, actually in a carrier. So we're not running it with two 123As because I cannot recall if that's acceptable or not for this flashlight. The bezel also unscrews, but it has nothing to do with any type of focus or any lighting adjustment by turning the front bezel. Now we're going to go ahead and light up this wall over here. We've got an ambient wall, or with some ambient light. That's on the low mode. Double tap for what's referred to as the turbo, and again, let me see if I can get that into the shot a little bit. We've got low, which is very diffused. This is definitely an area light, or turbo, which really lights up that wall considerably well. Now, continuing with the Prometheus Alpha on a different target type zone, keep in mind that in reality you're not going to be using a flashlight in completely pitch black lighting conditions, although that is going to occur from time to time, but most often it's going to be in some level of diminished light. In this case, we have a tree line there dead ahead with, and I'm going to use a stream light to just light up a light post that is not lit and a tree line. So now, using the Prometheus Alpha in low mode, to the naked eye, I am getting virtually no enhanced illumination on the tree line, maybe just a very slight amount. In much darker conditions, it might be more pronounced. Now, switching over to the turbo mode, the branches of the tree line a little more evident. If someone was in that tree line, we would probably be able to actually see the person, unless they were in some level of camouflage. And once again, much more of an area light, much more of a flood type of a light being driven out of this 16850, right? Yeah, 16850 battery source. So that's the Prometheus Alpha, nice little light, and of course the bezel is pretty warm from being on turbo mode there for a little while. Okay, we're going to do something a little different, a little unusual for the typical flashlight test. This is the Prometheus Alpha that we were working with earlier. We're going to do I guess you could call it a shootout between the Prometheus Alpha and a Streamlight Stinger LED. Now, not necessarily, I think you could easily say it's not a fair comparison, because the Streamlight is a rechargeable light with a much larger battery source. The LED is probably much less powerful than what Prometheus is putting into the Alpha. However, We do like real life scenarios as much as possible, and I think for the purposes of a person who is not used to any experience with a high-end flashlight, I think it's only fair to compare it to something that maybe someone has actually used in the field. In this case, the Streamlight Stinger has been around for quite some time. It's been used by quite a number of people in quite a number of situations, so I'm not going to bother going through the cycles on it. It does have it has two switches. We'll be using the tail switch of both lights. The Stinger, the Streamlight, has a temporary press, similar to the Prometheus, but we're just going to do a comparison just for the fun of it, keeping in mind that the Prometheus is more of a floodlight, not really meant to throw light out very far. We can turn that one off, and we'll just do these side by side. And as you can see, the Streamlight Stinger is spotting out that street light, whereas the Prometheus is just adding a little bit of enhanced light there on high. When we go to the high mode, it's throwing a little better. So we'll keep it on high, and actually, other than the very spotty part of the Streamlight, the Prometheus Alpha is doing a pretty good job of lighting up that light post.
Yeah, it takes a lot of like the background shadow off. It's got a general cast to it.
Yeah, there's definitely something there.
Not bad.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Well, you know what? As if you were to try to use this as a search piece, as a searchlight, it actually would run pretty well. Although I think what they call it is the turbo mode, the bezel does get pretty warm. So actual runtime is probably not going to be that long, and especially compared to something more field efficient. But yeah, this Prometheus Alpha does light up on that turbo mode. That definitely enhances that tree line, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay, very good shot.
Yep. Good.
Okay, now, as once again more of a realistic type of a shot, flashlights, torches, etc., are typically used to illuminate something beyond another barrier of some kind. In this case, we have a plate glass window. There's reflection. Quite frankly, with the naked eye, can you see what's beyond the glass there?
I can't.
I can't, and neither can I, or you can't, I can't. None of us can really see that. So we're going to use the Streamlight, and just by way of something that many of us are used to using, the Streamlight Stinger illuminates the interior of that building. It's under construction.
Yeah, you can see
some paint cans. Now we'll go ahead and use the Prometheus Alpha in a similar fashion. This is on the turbo mode, and
see, that's what I'm talking about with that diffuser. You notice how the light just kind of bounces off the plates on that? You don't get that deep penetration like you
yeah,
do on
there's no penetration on this. And that's
Yeah.
on turbo. This is on low. Next setting, and on turbo. So low, medium, and high on turbo. You can see the paint cans, but they're quite frankly washed out quite a bit by the reflection of the glass.
Fire the Stinger back through there real quick.
Now, when we use the Stinger,
Yeah, I see the depth. You can
it
actually see that
penetrates.
wall.
Actually penetrates. So, by comparison, the Alpha, the Prometheus Alpha, gives us some great flood here at the front of the building. Probably a little more flood, although it's a little on the subdued side, almost yellowish in color by the naked eye, that is. So, on the turbo mode, it's really lighting up the front of that building, but there's no penetration of the glass. With the Stinger, we got the penetration. This absolutely stunning and beautiful sunset on the coastline is being shared at the moment with the quite beautiful Samantha.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're very welcome. And it's quite a beautiful terrain, you might add, as well. So, now that the sun is down, I think it's going to be time to head back in just a few minutes, don't you?
I think so. It's getting dark soon.
Well, it's getting dark now.
Did you bring a flashlight?
Well, what do you think?
Come on, you had to bring a flashlight. Let's check.
Oh, come on, go ahead. Little pat check. Oh, great.
Let's
great.
see. Nothing here. Nothing at all.
Nothing there?
Nothing here.
Nothing there.
What's this?
What's that?
What's this?
I don't know. What is that?
Let me check it out.
Let you check it out.
A flashlight.
Well, that's the Prometheus, and it is,
Ooh.
see how bright that is?
That's very bright.
I think that's on turbo mode. Try it again. Cycle through it a couple of times.
Turbo?
Yeah, the brightest is called turbo.
Like the car?
Well, you might say so, at least as far as
Wow.
light brightness is concerned.
That's bright.
May I?
Definitely.
Okay, so you had a little difficulty finding that, huh?
I did.
Yeah, your little fingers were doing the walking there. And I got to admit that I do love the henna.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, yeah, the Prometheus Alpha is what they're calling it. It on the turbo mode. Talk about a great illumination device for the beach and the trail. And also, I've been carrying this for at least a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, in a pocket, and that could be a pants pocket behind, you know, the rear pocket of either jeans or in this case some slacks. And the clip is holding it quite well in the pocket. The lay of this flashlight has been very concealable. I mean, now, did you even, all day long, have you even noticed this?
I didn't even notice that you had it.
You didn't notice that it was there?
No, not at all.
Even when we were coming down here, right?
I didn't even know that you had a flashlight. I didn't check.
The little bump and grind didn't reveal it?
No, it
on the
didn't.
hip? Okay, well that's good, good. So I got to say, in carrying this light, it's lightweight, stainless, I believe it's aluminum. I'm sorry, I started to say stainless steel, but the aluminum construction is very light. I'd like to see it in titanium, quite frankly. I understand that they may have something similar in titanium and carbon fiber. I'm going to look very closely, or look forward to seeing that. And the other thing, one of the other nice options about this light is the flush construction of the tail cap allows it to tail stand like a light on a table or a countertop.
How convenient.
It's very convenient, kitty cat. Very, very convenient. So, I don't know. Let's see if you can clip that somewhere on the... You have an inside pocket on that fur coat?
I don't think I do.
Well, try clipping it on the inside of something. Let's
I'll
see
try
just
to
how
clip
well
it.
you can do it. There
Let's
you
see
go.
if maybe I can clip it on the side of my coat. That's pretty handy.
That's pretty handy.
Ooh, does it stay?
Well, you tell me.
I'm not sure if it's gonna stay. It might weigh down my coat.
Well, you don't want that.
Let's see. Maybe right there. Does it fit?
Right there.
as
Let's
kind
see. Let's see the fashion statement that you've got. Beautiful. Go ahead and click it on.
It's kind of like a little party gear rave.
A little party gear. Yeah, a rave. That's all we need you to be doing right now. we're gonna have you doing a rave.
It's very bright.
Very bright. Okay. Well, very good. So again, the light is you can clip it. I've clipped it on the inside of a jacket or a coat of a suit.
A fur coat.
And in your case, the fur coat. And I got to admit that it's, you know, put it on the lapel right here. Have it
Okay,
just
definitely.
hanging down. Let's see if it makes for an accessory.
I think it would make for a very good accessory. It really stands out.
Stands
in
out?
contrast to the fur.
And
the metal just really stands out.
The smooth, and it's got such a nice smooth texture, but yet it's still extremely grippy on the machining of it. And the machining is just phenomenal. I just really like it. It does not snag on the pocket. It does not hang up. It's not ripped up the inside of my jacket, the one that I'm wearing now, which you very... Boy, very handsy young woman, aren't you? So, I got to say that I really enjoy this light. The one thing that I would like to see in it is perhaps a, you know, the inside near where the LED is, we have a the inside of the light dome is not polished, and I think if it was polished, it might throw the beam of the light a little more further than this one does. This is more of a floodlight because of the you know, the inside of the mirrored light, the inside of the bell. I'm at a loss for words now, especially because you've been you kind of surprised me there with your with what you've got underneath your coat, actually with what you don't. So yes, very nice, and so the inside of the glass, we should say, with it having some facets on the inside of the glass, causes more of a floodlight rather than a spotlight. And we'll try and see how it's not spotting. We already did a test trying to see how far the throw would go. So I think maybe if it was polished smooth, more mirror-like, I think it might throw a little further. But other than that, this is just a phenomenal light. And on the turbo mode, one of the other things I got to add is the battery. I did do a full charge on it. I've been carrying this battery without charging it for over a week. It's been about a week and a half. So I've been using it intermittently almost every night, a few times during the daytime, depending on where I am, and you know how that is. You know what? Go ahead and toss these on, kitty cat. You're going to look cute with those. So,
do I look like a character?
you look like you are a character. Or what's the old line? Just because you are a character doesn't mean you have character.
That's right too.
But I know you do have character because you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't.
Thank you.
Let's spot you up a little bit. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me see that tattoo again. Absolutely fun. I love it. Love it. We're going to have a talk about that. Okay. So, again, great light. And this is going to be kicked on to the next tester. And kitty cat, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.
Okay. Well, no. You can thank me later.